You ever been around someone who just lies? Like lies a lot. You know whatever they're saying just ain't true. Well, here's a lot of stories about that. Y'all, my son woke me out of my sleep crying and said, "Mommy, I know you tired of working, trying to make it better for me and my sister. I'll go to work for you today." This made me cry. He's only one. He even put on my outfit. He did not do that. He didn't put on those boots. Come on, be for real. I asked him what he wanted to accomplish in kindergarten, and he said he wanted to learn how to successfully transplant a variety of native plants without them dying, and also get really good at chess. So that's what we're doing. This is homeschooling. He didn't ask for that. He wants to play Roblox and Minecraft like every other 6-year-old. Really, kid? So I was at the grocery waiting in line to check out, wearing one of my many dead shirts. This kid, maybe 20, said to me, "I bet you can't even name 3 songs they sing." I was like, "Excuse me?" I started rattling off songs, and he got all red and said, "Never mind," and walked to another line. Silly kids these days. I bet you were just bored, waiting in line at Walmart, trying to think of a funny story to post on Reddit. I once walked in front of a woman filming in the gym. She started going off on me. Eventually the conversation ended up like this. "What? Were you interested or something? Well, too bad. No fats like you is getting any of this." "No thanks. I'm not interested in narcissists." "Oh, really? So what does that make you?" "Someone with standards." The guys around us were going, "Oh," and she just left. I made a bunch of gym buddies after that incident. I feel kind of sad reading this. It just... Do you want gym buddies? Is that what you're saying here? I'm waiting in line at Chipotle, and the lady in front of me was scrolling through Facebook, and I was being a little nosy, so I was looking over her shoulder, and she literally scrolled past one of my posts, and then she scrolled back up to read it, and then she heart reacted it, and I was a little excited, so I was like, "Thanks for heart reacting my post," and she was like, "That's you?" And I said, "Yes, that post went viral, so it's not a shock that it ended up on your feed." And she was like, "I'm not surprised either. You're speaking facts." And now her and I are friends. Girl, you got 8 likes on this post. That did not happen. So I went on a date with this rich guy last night and took my 6-year-old daughter Kayla with me because I didn't have a babysitter, and he had the nerve to act shocked that she's there. Out of nowhere, Kayla goes, "Hey man, if you want to date mama, then we come as a package deal. So I demand you buy her the finest steak, a bottle of their best wine, and pay for us to get home, or you won't see her again." The table of girls whooped Kayla on, and I swear he turned to the waiter and ordered 3 of the finest steaks for his future wifey and stepdaughter. And the tables around us cheered for all 3 of us. The tables around you cheered for you? Come on, bro. Come on. If she is mid, then you're a 1. If that's true, then why do women hit on me every time I leave the house? Sir, Margot Robbie is, empirically speaking, a stunningly beautiful woman. As to your comment above, I believe in my heart of hearts that what you experience as women hitting on you is a societal phenomenon known as, stay with me, conversation. Women approach me out of the blue. They give me a big smile, then giggle and run their fingers through their hair while conversing with me. I think that's called flirting. Sir, do you realize that by giving this much detail, you're confirming that this has never happened to you? You just outed yourself, dude. When I was 9, I accidentally farted in class, and I didn't want anyone to notice, so I acted like I was turning into a werewolf and started howling and peed on the floor, but my teacher called the ambulance and they sent me to a mental hospital. Did they? All over a fart. Yeah, sure. A gay cat called me, so I used my phone to hack his and messaged his girlfriends of what he did. They all thanked me, and now we are all best friends now. True story. I'm finding it really hard to believe that you hacked his phone. I walked 0.8 miles barefoot in the snow just to get to a meeting. It was Tuesday, 17th of January, 2023. The World Economic Forum, 7 a.m, my car got stuck. If I wanted to make it, I'd have to get a 3-hour train. But I was unprepared. I'd bought a swanky new pair of Louboutins, ready for all the private events and royal families. And 0.1 seconds in, I knew I'd have to take them off. And so I did. Every step was ice cold. I walked 0.8 miles to meet the taxi, got a 3-hour train, collected my badge, and finally made it. People were shocked, but to me it seemed normal to stop at nothing. And that's exactly the mindset of an entrepreneur. Where most people would have said, I can't, we say I will. And that, my friends, is the story of how I ended up walking alone and barefoot in Switzerland. Now this one could have happened, realistically. It could have. I'm just dying at the fact that she's talking about this as if it was a horrible trek. You had to take off your fancy shoes and walk to a taxi? Come on. This dude stayed 40 minutes after he finished the test. Wow. So I was like, dude, you okay? And he was like, I'm just absorbing the reality that I'll have to live with my parents for the rest of my life because I legit knew nothing on that test. Bless his little heart. He is all of us. When I was in a Home Depot parking lot with my 6-year-old nephew, we walked past a couple in furry suits making out, and he started recording and yelled, "Chat, is this real?" repeatedly until they looked back in fear. How often does a couple in furry suits make out in a Home Depot parking lot? The fact that you opened up with that just makes me really doubt this. So proud of my youngest. She was in line for lunch at school today. It was French toast sticks and sausage. The boy in front of her said no to the sausage, and she called him a communist. She's in kindergarten. Hashtag proud parent. What kindergarten kid knows what that even means? Yeah, tell me why when I was walking in the hospital today, this guy behind me said, "And that's why I'm in love with nurses." I'm sorry, that's really creepy. Are you okay if that actually happened? My gym trainer said, "You already look perfect. Why you want to waste your money?" Be for real. POV, you're a single working mom getting your son ready for school at 6:30 a.m. Mom, can you ride in my shoes? What? Hurry up, we're gonna be late. He holds up a Sharpie and his basketball sneakers. What am I writing? I want you to write, "You can do all things" on the bottom of my shoe. Mom, no matter how good you are and no matter how talented you are, every once in a while, you need to remind yourself when you're in a tough spot, you have to remember who you are. You can't feel confident every minute of every day. This was an actual convo with me and my son Dylan. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. How brilliant was this? I wrote out the phrase for him on his shoe, and I just couldn't get over what had happened. My son had taught me the importance of reminders. That's why you always see me saying today's reminder. Here's my top tips on using reminders. Oh, okay. This is just an advertisement. They're just lying for advertisements. I finally saw the Barbie movie. The movie was amazing, but having every person leaving the theater look at me and say, "Hey, look, there's Barbie," has been the highlight of my week. Whoa! This is inspired by another post where someone felt that the air hostess was interested in him. In my case, the story began when the flight was delayed 3 times on the 24th of August. I was calm and was the last one to board the flight. I am known for my one-liners, and as soon as I entered the aircraft, I quietly told the hostess, "It is Christmas." She replied, "No, when?" I replied, "Well, we departed in this flight at last. It indeed is a Christmas miracle." She held my hand, this was after everyone had boarded, and started laughing. I too smiled. I really felt that she was into me. She gave me a smile while deplaning. Good job, I think. I asked my kids, would you rather have cash or stock in a great company? My kids, that's silly. Why would I choose cash when it's losing value? Obviously, stock in a great company is better. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever seen a kid invested in stocks, so I'm seriously doubting it. My dad's mate overslept his alarm, and he had to get on a flight within an hour, so he shoved all the clothes on his bed into his suitcase. But when he got to the airport, he found out he'd packed his cat. I'm not even lying. Alright guys, I think we've come to a point that we can understand. If they're saying it's a true story or I'm not even lying, there's a good chance they are. I'm at Walmart with my niece, and I saw this guy yelling at his girlfriend because I guess she forgot to grab some items he needed from another aisle, since I heard him say to her, "You suck at remembering things. Next time, just stay in the car." And I was already passing by them, so I told the guy to relax, and he was like, "Don't get involved." And I was like, You're yelling at your girlfriend in public for everyone to see and hear. Someone is bound to get involved. And then my 6-year-old niece said to his girlfriend, "You deserve someone who talks to you nicely." And she looked at her boyfriend and told him that she's been secretly talking to her mom about moving back in with her so that she can get away from him. And then she broke up with him and then high-fived my niece for giving her the boost she needed. Can we get a round of applause for my niece for helping to get someone out of a toxic relationship? Good job, 6-year-old. Thinking about that time my ex wanted to go to couples therapy, so I paid my friend to pose as a therapist, and she gaslit him the whole time. That's horrible. That's so mean. There's too much lies, man. I've had enough. I'm going to bed.